All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is HD StarCraft, and it's time for the conclusion between Millennium, Stephano, and SK's MC, the grand final of the semifinal from Red Bull Battlegrounds. Hope you guys have enjoyed the cast so far. MC going to be the blue Protoss at the bottom left-hand corner of Antigua's Shipyard. Stephano going to be the red Zerg at the top right, and the fireworks have been lit. The crowds are cheering, the sweat pouring from their faces. Both these players just duking it out, knowing that this is a lot of prestige here. It's the first Red Bull tournament ever, and very excited to see who's going to win this game. It is tied up 2-2. Couldn't have asked for a better map. And Daybreak, actually, is a wonderful map for ZVP. I think it's one of the most balanced maps for Zerg versus Protoss, and very excited. We'll see what happens. MC going to drop the pylon at the front door, as to be expected, and usually we see Protoss get that Forge Fast Expand or Nexus first on this map. On Cloud Kingdom, I like Nexus first. On Daybreak, I also kind of like Nexus first as well. In fact, I like Nexus first on any map that has a pretty closed off choke point. That's my definition of Nexus firstable, you know, that's me. Especially if you're playing against Stephano. I mean, he does not really aggression on your base, on your natural expansion. So it's very safe to go for as much greed as you can, I think, against him until the 9, 10. Actually 11, 12 minute mark when he can get those roaches out on the field. That's when you see the first signs of Stephano making an attack. Circular waypoint setting from MC here. You can do this just to, you know, so you don't have to pay attention to your probe. You can just kind of macro at home and then look back and it's still moving around and won't get surrounded by drones or anything like that. And MC beginning to save up resources. I do believe we're going to have a Nexus first this time. He's got 300 already. Probe coming down here. No, he's actually going to go Forge. A little bit safer. Gets the cannons out. Going to drop the pylon at the natural. And that is, of course, to block off the hatchery. It will force Zerglings out before they can expand. And that's actually really good from MC. I'm surprised he wasn't doing that earlier, because against Stephano, who does get the pool first, this can delay the hatchery for a decent amount of time, because Stephano likes to get the hatchery on 16 supply, which is pretty early after the pool. So that means he's not going to have Zerglings out. And it looks like he's bringing another probe here. Oh, he's going to block the hatchery this another time. Love it. And he might just kill off the drone. The drone trying to run away. Oh, nice micro by Stephano. He's actually paying attention to his drone right there. He would have just died regardless if he wasn't. And it looks like he's going to try to get blocked here by MC. And MC kills off the drone. Wow. And I was saying at the beginning of this set, there's no way Stephano's going to lose his drone to MC, but it just happened. That's very nice by MC. And he, you know, pulling two probes, it can be a little bit of a hurt to your economy, but if you kill a drone, man, totally worth it. Don't care what the math says. It's just a moral victory right there. And it looks like, oh, the Zergling hot in pursuit. It looks like he will see the probe. Thought we were going to have a little proxy or something weird coming up behind the mineral line, because there was no Overlord here, and the hatchery really doesn't have any vision at all. It is blind as a bat when it's morphing in. And we do have the probe now coming down the ramp. It looks like MC probably will, if he can keep this probe alive, it would be nice, because then he can scout and make a check on the third, as we've seen him do in all the games so far. But unfortunately for him, probe movement speed is only 2.81, and then the Zergling is a little bit faster, 2.95. So it will eventually die. There it goes. And he sends a second probe down south, but it was detected by the Zerglings at the Zelnaga Tower. So Stephano, he sees his probe going out, but I don't think he can really intercept it. The movement speed's a little bit too close, and MC will be able to get over to the third hatchery, and he will see that. And obviously, there's no reason for the Zerg to just say, I'm going to trick him by canceling it, lol. That would be totally dumb. And so the hatchery will be scouted, and MC knows now, if he didn't know before, that it is, once again, the Stephano 3 base. I will go to the macro phase, and I will get roaches, and then I will attack you with roaches and Zerglings. Play style. And once again, we'll see if MC goes for that Stargate. It worked well for him in Game 4. He got the early Stargate. He used the Void Ray for damaging the units on the field a little bit, maybe killing off an Overlord here or two. But mainly, I think that Stargate was nice because roaches and Zerglings can't really hit air units. And, you know, a lot of times the Stargate really isn't that good. Hold that thought. Zergling's almost trying to run in there. A lot of times the Stargate really isn't that good against roaches and Zerglings because it's just like one Void Ray. And if you run in with a lot of roaches, then the Void Ray is very, very worthless. But it seems like MC has been able to pull it off with the Stargate so far. We'll see if he does it again here in Game 5. No Stargate yet. Has a lot of gas. 225, in fact. Dropping the third and fourth gas right now. That's a lot of gas. Would he go DTs maybe? I don't know. We'll have to see. It's a lot of gas intake right now from MC, and has +1 weapons researching. if he does go DTs, man, that's you know, plus one weapons helps a lot. The DTs do more damage. They already do a lot. But more is always better. Zergling's now just kind of roaming around the map, checking for that probe inevitably, but it looks like it will be actually a stalker coming out here. Note, it is a robotics facility coming from MC. So I think we're going to have a quick rush into Colossus here from SKMC. No surprise there. The Protoss player getting Colossus out early on in this matchup is always a good thing. If you can build up a huge Colossus count, it can be very difficult for Zerg to deal with. And so robotics is on the way right now. Stalker comes into the base on the creep. Very dangerous for this Stalker here. It's hostile territory, but he gets the scout in, and I think he will be able to get away as well. And he didn't see any units at the front. And to me, to a Protoss, I think that says, especially if you're playing Stephano, okay, it's 8 minutes. He hasn't begun roach production yet, but since he has no units on the front door, then he's probably going that build order. He's probably not, you know, going with Baneling bus or something like that. Otherwise, I would have seen Zerglings and Banelings. And he's pulling back with his Stalker right now. He should be able to get it home in time. No Zergling speed yet. It's still very far away. +1/+1 armor coming out right now, as I believe weapons is already finished. So MC is going to have a lot of upgrades this time around. Building 2 observers. So he really wants to make sure he gets a good scout here. A lot of gateways coming in the background. That is a total of 6 gates plus robotics facility. Nothing too crazy. That doesn't necessarily mean he's going to have a huge timing attack on his hands. But I will say we won't see Colossus for a while. Usually Protoss gets 3 gates and then gets the support bay on the robotics so that they can get Colossus out. But because he doesn't have the support bay yet, he's going to have a lot of ground units here. There's a possibility he might make a ground attack with the 1-1. And he has a lot of sentries saving up energy right now. Oh, supply block! Ouch! Meets the big pylons right now, making 3 right now. But there it is. I think that was what I was inclined towards. Probably an expansion from MC. And I think this is only the 2nd time in this set that we've seen him grab a 3rd Nexus. So we'll very well see. Like I said, I hinted at the beginning of this matchup, probably a macro game between these 2 juggernauts of StarCraft 2. Stephano now coming in from the backside, trying to get a couple of speedlings around the map, maybe to do something. Has Zerglings and Roaches hot in production. Still has the capability of maxing out on Roaches and hitting a huge attack at 11 to 12 minutes. And just kind of checking out the situation at the front door right here. MC has sentries, many sentries on the field, and very well protected, I think, at all angles. He has a photon cannon, 2 photon cannons at the top left, so I think MC is pretty safe right now. And if he can hold off the 3rd Nexus, that's really what this build from Stephano is revolving around. The whole max row strat is designed to either bust the front door or kill off the 3rd Nexus. If MC can hold here, then he is in a good position, but he gets surrounded. No, he force fields himself away from the surround. Wow, that was a good force field, good set of force fields. And now can he save the 3rd Nexus? He's going to bring his units down south. I cannot emphasize how godly those force fields were, because he would have lost all of his sentries otherwise. And now he's going to come down. He's going to save this Nexus, I believe. And wow, I think Stephano just threw away a lot of units. Didn't get the kills he was looking to get. He's losing on the units lost tab, 1750 to 950. And oh, it might get walled in here, but he's going to go for the sentries. The fresh and fragile one's actually a diversion for him to get the Nexus. Nexus is depleting in shields right now. MC has to go down the ramp and try to save this Nexus. Desperately coming down right now. The Nexus taking a lot of damage. Force field preventing the Roaches from continuing their stutter step micro. And MC will be able to save the Nexus just barely saves it. But more units coming in from Stephano, and Stephano knows all about hit and run tactics, coming from the top to the bottom, trying to keep the Protoss opponent off balance and trying to hit a vulnerability, but MC has walled off with a Zealot right there, and that was a very beautiful Zealot, because now Stephano can not get through there. Trying to attack on the top side as well, and I think MC is going to hold the Roach aggression here, but oh, you see those red dots on the Roaches? That is Tunneling Claws, and it looks like Tunneling Claws was researched, but is Burrow done? Burrow is done. So now Stephano can actually avoid force fields, or even try to do a little micro maneuver and get underneath, but there is an observer on the field. Remember, MC built initial observers very early on, and a lot of them, in fact. So I think MC is really holding on. This Nexus was so big, and now MC is in the best position I've seen all set long. And you know, Stephano has expanded. He has gotten a 4th hatchery, so it's not like he's not gonna just dig himself in a hole, losing all these units and not being able to macro himself out of it. He will have another hatchery. He will play the macro game, but likewise, he can still be aggressive. This is a great map for aggression because you can attack 2 different angles at that 3rd or the natural, and he's still trying to poke in, trying to do whatever he can. MC holding back. I think MC's, the longer this goes on, the better it looks for MC though, man, because he's got the right units on the field. And if you look, he has Colossus coming as well. Colossus, they make all Zergs shudder in their skin. And Stephano, he's got to get Corruptors out. He's got to get up to Hive Tech now, throwing the Spire down. And has Infestation Pit on the field, so he can get some Infestors out. And I would say Stephano's best bet here, make an attack on time with the Infestors, with the Fungal Growth, because you have to delay Colossus production. And I think really what he should try to do is make an attack when his Infestors come out. Right now it looks like a Stalker will get caught. Reveals Blink technology. I'm surprised MC did that. I thought maybe he would try to keep Blink hidden, but Blink is shown to Stephano. Stephano doesn't really worry about that, though. He's got a lot of Infestors on the field. This time knows there's no Phoenix for that intercept maneuver we saw last game. But I really think Stephano has an option here of making a timing attack with Fungal Growth before that Colossus count gets up. And we do have the first Colossus on the way. Look at the Warp Gate count. Wow. That's a lot of warp gates from MC. Consider the amount of reinforcements that he can bring out on the field at any one point in time. And right now, MC actually making a move here. And, you know, the creep spread from Stephano, not the best. So MC is able to push out onto the middle of the field without fear of some type of retaliation. So nice by MC. Really kind of lucky that Stephano hasn't been doing the best on creep spread. You would expect the Zerg to be creeped out over to the Xel'Naga Tower by now, but he's not. Observer will get caught by Fungal or Overseer or something like that. And Stephano just preparing himself for this attack. And I don't think MC should attack into this. He doesn't have Colossus yet. He knows Infestors are out. He knows Stephano will set up the concave. It is not a good idea to attack into that with his units until Colossus arrive. And he does have two. He has a third one on the way. So when the third one hits, he probably will try to push, and the focal point of this game will revolve around that attack. Both armies now maxed out. Looks like MC pushing into the middle of the field. Oh, look at the concave from Stephano, but MC blinks back. It's a trap! It's a trap, and the force fields come down. Half the Zerglings will get roasted. Maybe about a quarter or a third of the Zerglings, not half. But that was pretty bad from Stephano. Has to pull back, giving up more territory to MC. And when you pull back and you hide into your natural, guess what? Your fourth is exposed. And we have a pylon or something warping in Zealot. And that fourth hatchery, I don't know how Stephano can save that. I don't think he can. He doesn't have Hive Tech yet. He doesn't have Brood Lords. Oh, he has Hive, but he doesn't have a Greater Spire yet. Ouch, he cannot make Brood Lords without a Greater Spire. And the hatchery at the third is going to go down. MC in a beautiful position. He's going to kill off two hatcheries for free. And I don't know what Stephano's going to do. Stephano in on the verge of losing this game, trying to bring the Corruptors up to the little spot where Vikings and Corruptors love it best, but I don't think he can do much. He's sending in everything right now. Force Fields keeping the Zerg units away. And MC just looking brilliant here. He is going to absolutely, I mean, at the very least, if he loses his army, he killed off two hatcheries. So really, no fear here from MC. And I don't even think he's going to lose the army. He's got so many Stalkers and Immortals here with the sentries. Just such much firepower. And he can bring the Zealots up to help reinforce as well. Blinking forward aggressively. And I think that's it. I think Stephano going to lose this game here. Desperate expansion here, but that will really not do much at all. And the units continue to stream in. Stephano will drop to MC. Well played, good luck. And the GG has been called. Stephano loses. And a comeback from MC. It was 2-1 at one point. I thought Stephano was going to win the set. He only needed to win one more. And then MC pulled it back. Wonderful job. And this attack, man, this was, what an attack. Brings in Zealots to the bottom left. Knows all the units have scurried up to the top. And he kills off the two hatcheries. That in itself right here, you can pull away and say, I'm done. I'm just going to fall back and play macro, but you don't need to. You're already so far ahead. You can go in here and lose your army, and you will still be ahead. That's the position MC was in, so he just goes in. And, you know, a try from Stephano to take out the Corruptors, but the force fields at this choke proved to be too devastating. And that's all. That's really all she wrote. What a game. And Stephano drops to MC. Hope you guys enjoyed this HD StarCraft, and I'm signing out.